I'm about to flip the script, flip the switch, magic trick, watch this, watch this. I'm about to make you trip, make you glitch, camera click, watch this, watch this. I put it like gold, check out the view. I'm better in my new era. I'm better in my new era.
Happy Valentine's. We're live for a high-stakes round 11 PWR match at Vallis Way. The Trailfinders sit at 5th, and they're desperate for a 5-point maximum to keep the postseason dream alive. A loss today puts their top 4 hopes on life support. I'm Wendy Young, joined by Canadian international Julia Schell, and today we've got a big one in front of us. Sale coming to visit the Trailfinders, who sit in 5th. But this one, it's a must-win.
Yeah, it is a must-win. Honestly, that middle bit of the table is so tight right now. And Sale is just looking better and better every week. So I think this is going to be a really exciting one. The sun's shining. It's going to be great.
The weather is an improvement over what we thought it was going to be. There was prediction of rain and wind, but it's sunshine in and out. The field is looking gorgeous. But this one, Trailfinders have never lost to Sale. But Sale, they're the queens of chaos.
Yeah, they are. Honestly, Sale play a really exciting brand of rugby. And there's always fun to play against them. It is always a grunge match, so we'll see how it goes today. But hopefully we come out on top.
Not biased at all there, Julia. We'll take a look at our fixtures and results that have happened over the weekend. Gloucester just taking Harlequins 45-22. Of course, our match coming up at 3 o'clock. Trailfinders taking on Sale Sharks. But tomorrow we've got more action. Exeter taking on Loughborough at 1 o'clock, and then Saracens and Bristol Bear 1:30 on BBC Sport. We were able to catch up with Barney Madison and Tom Hudson ahead of the match. Let's hear what they had to say ahead of the clash. Barney, you're sitting in 5th and chasing a 5-point gap to Exeter. Does this fixture feel like a true pivotal point for your season before you hit a brutal away stretch in March?
I wouldn't say pivotal. It's every game's important in this league, and again, you have to go to any place and pick up points. And again, we're at home now, so yeah, we're looking forward to it.
I know you look forward, but looking back to those 2 draws, those ones just really hurt the heart. How important are those as going into this match, and how important is it to get the 5 points today?
Yeah, it was obviously frustrating the past couple of weeks. Probably more so the week before against Quins, but again, we did come away with some points. But yeah, so it just makes this game even more important.
You lead the league with 192 tackles last week and over 1,500 for the season. It's a massive load on the players. I see you did some balancing today. Was that in mind, or is this just normal for you?
No, again, we've kind of been, I wouldn't say lucky with kind of how our fixtures have been as such, but we've got a block of games now. We've got Leicester next week. We're then into a reserve week and a bye week, so it's trying to get as much out of the players as we can.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Tom, you've made 6 changes today, including swapping Holly Aitchison to fullback and moving Lizzie Duffy to fly half. What was the tactical thinking behind moving your primary playmaker deeper into the field for this matchup?
Well, similar to Barney, I just spoke to Barney. There's a few on rotation, so we've brought Katana out our centre. She's played every minute of every game so far. But referring to Holly, listen, we've got what we consider to be 2 world-class fly halves, 2 world-class receivers, Lizzie Duffy, Holly Aitchison. And we've played them 1 at 10, 1 at 15, and we're just finding that we're not quite getting the ball to edge as much as we'd like to. No fault by Holes, by the way, but we just want to see if we change the dynamic and see if that'll change anything, especially on this pitch, and especially with their back 3 selection and our back 3 selection. Like, we're keen to get this ball quite wide quite early.
Yeah, they did put in the 3 Great Britain 7-stars in the back line, and then Rigoni returns as well at 13. Just a playmaker overall. What's the thought behind that?
Well, yeah, exactly that. Yeah, Abaya has just been a bit of a silent assassin for us. We've not managed to get much game time at all. She really, it's a bit of a cliche, right? But you talk about like kick, pass, run threats in our game. She really is one of them. We've struggled to get her playing to our style of rugby. That's why she's seen such little time. But she's really bought in the last 6-7 weeks or post-Christmas, and I cannot wait to see her today.
And then your team is incredibly efficient at the ruck this year with 56 turnovers won. It's fantastic for the league against an Ealing side that prides itself on possession. How key is your chaos factor in the breakdown disruption?
Yeah, I didn't know about that, but yes, the last part of your question, like they are so good with possession. Their attack is so fluid. They win the gain line, they offload, they keep the ball going. So we can talk about trying to stop that, or we can just talk about keeping the ball for a long periods of time. So we're going with the latter.
Perfect. Good luck today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Let's take a look at the team sheets. There have been some changes for both sides. First, the home side. Madison has made 5 changes to the squad this week. Leatherman remains in the front row, but Tufnell joins her tight head with Chris Blanco at hooker. Pinnock joins Maya Ruse at lock. And then the back line, the 3 Great Britain 7 stars. Emma Urin at outside center, Kwanzaa on the left wing, and Vicky Laughlin on the right wing will bring threats from the edge of the field. Those replacements, we'll want to keep our eye on Georgia Ponsonby. She is just absolutely spectacular, 9th in tries overall. And then, of course, we could have Kate Zachary, the vice captain, coming off the bench as well, and Abby Burton, another experienced player. And for the visitors, 6 changes Hudson has made to this side. Lizzie Duffy, as we mentioned in the interview, swaps Holly Aitchison. They both move from 10 to 15. Asia Hogan-Rochester comes into the starting lineup at 14 as Rona Lloyd gets a rest for the week. Ragoni at 13 brings immense creativity and that no-look style that we've seen from her on her international play side. And on the replacements, lots to do here. Lots of players that could bring impact. We have our eyes on Molly Wright, of course, recently 2025 Rugby World Cup. Charlotte Frey, Holly Thorpe could all come off and make massive impacts as well. Teams coming out of the sheds at any moment here, Julia. Love to see the support on the field. But again, we've talked a lot about this one. It's a must-win for Trailfinders. If they don't win, it's not impossible for the postseason, but this is the best your team has ever done. 4th year. There's just a lot riding on this moment.
Yeah, exactly. I think just like you said, we've been in the season or in the league for a few years now. So now we're looking to crack those top 4 spots. And we're looking great this year. So I'm really excited for the game. Hopefully we can bring that attacking style that the coaches mentioned and in for a good one.
And Sale, they've never won this matchup when we look at head-to-head, and they're really good at disrupting things, right? They have 56 turnovers. They're just brutal at the breakdown. What has your team been doing to combat that? Yeah,
I think there's an aspect of looking at yourself as much as you look at the other team. I think that's something that we really focus on is what we can change from the weekend before. But obviously when you see Sale's team, you see threats like Asia on the wing. You see Holly going into 15. Obviously they're going to want to release her with, like, Holly's a world-class distributor. So I think it's going to be exciting. I think we know where we can go after them, maybe a bit in the channels defensively, but time will tell.
Yeah, I think this one's going to be really interesting. We talked about the weather is really nice today. We've had some inclement weather, and there's inclement weather forecast for tomorrow, but it's looking like it's going to be just beautiful out there. This one, though, Trailfinders have just got to find their rhythm. They've had the 2 recent draws that hurt you in the standings in the table, but talking with the coach, not even looking back at those, right? Those are past, and we're looking forward.
Yeah, I think just like Barney said, like, you can only look back so much. Obviously, you've got to learn from it. But I think we're just really focusing on this next chunk of the season. Obviously, we're just past the halfway point now. And like I said before, just trying to crack that top 4 spot every week is a new challenge. And we've seen, we've put out great performances against some of the top teams. So hoping to have another one today.
And you do have some big matches coming up as well. If we sort of look at a preview of what's coming for Ealing, of course, you've got Leicester next week, and then after that it's kind of a march of superstar teams that you're going to have to face, including Exeter in the coming weeks as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think we saw Exeter the first round of the season, and people keep saying it looks like a barbarian side that we put out because we have amazing players, but we just couldn't really string anything together. So I think the girls are really looking to right some wrongs from that last time out against them. And then, like you said, all the other fixtures there are just going to be huge going into that Pac-4 Six Nations break.
It's wild because you're going to play Leicester, who's 9th, Exeter 4th, Harlequins are 3rd, Loughborough 6th, Gloucester Hartpury's 1st, Saracens 2nd. And, of course, any of that could change, right? Any of those rankings could change, but that's a massive climb that you guys just have coming for you.
Yeah, exactly. I think this league has seen some crazy things over the years, and I think this year more than any, it's so competitive. Usually you kind of can't touch those top 4, but honestly from right now it's like almost 6, 7 and up that are all fighting for those last few top 4 spots.
Yeah, and Sale, we don't want to exclude them from this conversation. They're not out necessarily, right? Their road is not impossible, but really difficult for them to do. And again, they've had the draw as well. That's been tough for them. So it could just go any way. And that's what's so exciting about the PWR this year is the table is so tight.
Exactly.
And here comes the teams. Sale Shark today will be in that pink kit. They come out and will do their final little cheers as we get ready to get this one rolling. Here comes the home side. Malcolm out front. Of course, Scottish international captain gets a moment with that young fan. Just about getting ready to go for this one. Our referee in the center, Andy Wigley. He'll be assisted by Daryl Chapman, Melissa Wright. Sale will have our kickoff to start this match. It's Valentine's Day, and we are here for round 11 of PWR. Sale Sharks kicking off to the Ealing Trailfinders. Sale Sharks in that pink jersey, Trailfinders in green. Early knock-on advantage, so we'll have scrum advantage for Sale. Quick into the line, almost poached there by Ealing. Gonna go out the back door. There's Aitchison wearing that 15. She can play in that 10 spot as well. We will see both of her and Duffy be used interchangeably. Now Sale going to the left side, see if they can find some space in the middle of the pitch. They find Gerald Searcy, big tackle. And their knock-on, we played through that first advantage, but a knock-on and a good sweat there for Ealing in defense.
Yeah, I mean, not ideally the kind of way you want to start off a game, but Alana's world class. She'll wipe that off and she'll move on for sure.
Sale with some early possession. Can see there Gerald Searcy trying to get through, but Trailfinders strong in defense. Free kick. It's going to flip over to Sale. So back to their advantage. Well tapped. Just roll the dice with this. Now inside the 22, their first visit. They have been a side that doesn't get very many visits to the 22 meter, but they have been more efficient in their last few matches. Big carry by Benevent. And again, that Trailfinders defense not finding much space. Here's some, maybe Rigoni goes out wide with it. Campbell able to kind of sniff a little bit of meters on the outside there, but Sale will bring it back to the middle of the pitch one more time. The flanker with the carry, Childs. Much better leg drive from Sale Sharks. Starting to build here slowly, but successfully. Nice little crushing tackle from Cooksey, gets Aitchison. Penalty advantage now for Sale. Rigoni trying to go over the top. She knows it's a free play.
I feel like we just got to kind of take care of our penalties there. Discipline has been a big focus for us, and we've stayed in our end this whole time just based off discipline. So I'm sure we'd be looking to, we put in some great defensive sets, so I'm sure we're just looking to clean things up a little bit there.
Sale's content to put this one in the corner. trying to go for that 5 points early. That one has gone in goal, so it actually will be turned over to Trailfinders.
As a kicker, you never wish that on your worst enemy, but as a Trailfinder, I would take a deep breath right now.
Yeah, Sale's had a lot of possession. Just need to kind of get, not maybe how you wanted to start the game, but we can build from this, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think we kind of have gone back and forth on whether we come out strong or we finish strong. So I'm sure they'll be having some chats right now on where we can clean things up and get out of our end.
Just getting some tape on that thumb. It looks to be, we'll be able to continue. So a big scrum for Trailfinders coming up as that penalty kick attempt not going too deep into the corner. Apologize for any language there, but the Olympian Isla Norma Bell is going to put this in for Trailfinders. And this one just a crucial match for both of these sides, but really for Trailfinders.
That pace from Isla at 9 is just next level. Like you said, Olympian, 7-star. Her turn of pace is next level. I've never seen anything like it.
Trailfinders only 5 points off of Exeter, trying to creep into that top 4, where of course that's the crucial semifinal matches. This one seeming to be the match to win if there ever was one in their season. Does it start here? We're already 5 minutes in, and this is their first possession. Little pressure from Sharks, able to get it out. Nice clearing kick. He's going to find some distance on it. Picked up by Aitchison. Does a little bit of dancing. Now Sale Sharks backed up into their own end. They are an aerial side. We will see them kick plenty. Aitchison leads in meters and numbers of kicks attempts for her side. And Duffy not far behind as she does put in a kick. Picked up by Trailfinders, but immediate pressure by Hogan Rochester. Does get clean ball. Norma Bell will push this one out. We're going to get our first taste of Trailfinders ball here. 6 minutes in, not something I would expect from this side. They've been quite potent. Nice little soft hands. Finds Grace Moore. Now a pickup from Norma Bell. A little speed there that you talked about, Julia. Now on the outside. Big hits coming in. Kwanzaa coming in, and she just always brings a bit of fire. Not afraid of that 5-meter channel on the right side either. This has some potential, some space for Trailfinders potentially. Trying to put a little grubber in. It's going to be just a little knock on. Didn't quite go to foot.
That's too bad. I thought that was a bit of good attacking side from Trailfinders there. I think we're going to see some pretty high ball in play. These are both two teams that like to keep the ball on pitch, compete in the air. So that was a pretty good passage there. So I think we're going to see lots of that coming up.
Looked very calm in that attack as well. You know, Sale, you could almost feel like they were knocking on the door. They knew they were close, and but Trailfinders just look a little bit more calm and poised in that attack.
Yeah, I think that's something we focused on a lot, playing in the right areas of the pitch and what we want to do in each area of the pitch. Obviously, we saw C up the wing there. Another start for her this season. She's been absolutely great, and she's great in the air as well. So, like I said, I'm sure we'll see her getting up for those contestables like we just saw Lizzie Duffy put in.
Big push from Trailfinders, and they'll get penalized for it.
I'm not going to pretend to know anything about scrums here, but I'm sure they'll be having a chat after those 2 scrum pens.
It's going to be 2 early pushes. We had the first one in the 22 and then here, so that's why he's saying the second. This time the kick does get down there for Sale, so this puts them in really good position.
It's a much better kick to touch on that one, too. We see Sale just knocking on the door here.
And, of course, we got Cocaine throwing in there. England's superstar, 2017, 21, 25 Rugby World Cup. Ball has gone loose, though, so a scrum advantage picked up by Trailfinders. Moore has had several big carries already. They're going to switch directions, try to use the left side of the pitch. Trailfinders finding themselves backed up again, and they'll relieve pressure with that kick to touch. It's a good pickup of distance.
Yeah, I think, like I said before, we got a little bit lucky there on that pickup. And playing in the right areas of field, that was a great exit by Claire Gallagher.
It's an interesting start to this match we've had. A couple of knock-ons, a couple scrums. Nobody's really got the upper hand. It doesn't feel like. Luckily, this one still got plenty of time to go. We're just about to roll over to 10 minutes. No score in this match yet.
I think we're all just used to playing in the rain at this point. We're not sure what to do with the dry ball.
Just befuddled by no moisture on the ball, and there's another little mishandle. These are stacking up a bit.
Yeah, really interesting start to the game. I think this is a good attacking platform for us right now, but I'm sure Sale will be a little bit disappointed from getting into the 22 a few times and not coming away with points. But hopefully we see some points coming in soon.
And if we look at the head-to-head for this one, Trailfinders lead at 3-0 ever since the creation of the club. They haven't lost in the PWR. The most recent match, November 8th, 2025. Trailfinders with a big win, 64-22. Sale looking to cause some chaos if they can. But first up, Trailfinders ball. Maribel out to the right side. See what Trailfinders can do with some clean ball. Out to the outside center. Urin, the Olympian, stepping into that outside center position. Malcolm, the captain, leading from the front. Gallagher, just a little disruption in ball, but that's a great pickup by the flanker. Borland, the Kiwi, she's got support on the outside, gives it to Blanco. Now 5 meters out, Trailfinders swinging it to the outside. Laughlin, who's just been a stalwart. 3 of the last 5 games she started. She leads and tries, but another mistake.
Yeah, I think just a little knock on there on the edge by Vicky Laughlin when she was trying to place the ball back. Maybe one of those ones you just get so excited you're almost there and just lose the ball a little. But great break by Alana up the middle. It's awesome. She's such a versatile player. We see her in the back row this week, but she's played most of the season for us in the second row. And she's just, like I said before, she's world class. So that offload says enough.
There's Laughlin just trying to get that offload, so a little bit of forced play there. So Sharks deep in their own end will have a chance with ball in hand.
5, set.
Relf with the put into the scrum. Going to pick it from the back. Hogan gets a good couple of meters. But now the clearing from Duffy. Trailfinders are going to find themselves in a pretty advantageous spot, though.
Yeah, it's been a pretty back and forth game so far.
Still no score, 12 and a half minutes in. Starting to feel like maybe we've shook out some of the nerves for this round 11 match. Beautiful line out off the top. Little show and go to the line. Cooksey trying to get through. And then Borland out to the outside center again. Urin, she's got Laughlin on her shoulder, but it's good defense from Sale. Phases starting to build. That was Pinnock with a carry. The shape looking nice for Trailfinders. It feels like something's coming. Have they fixed some of the knock-ons? That's another good break. Tough Nail finds the offload to the teammate. Now pressing on that right side. Gallagher swallowed by the Sharks defense. Nice front foot ball by Blanco. Just outside the 5-meter line. Here comes the penalty advantage for Trailfinders. Borland with another big carry. Going to come back to that penalty advantage for Trailfinders.
Some good defensive sets put in there by Sale Sharks as well. I think they spent a lot of time defending there, and obviously, unfortunately, a penalty, but I'm sure they'll come out with that same grit for the next play.
There's some of the half breaks that we've seen from Trailfinders really starting to put the phases together, finding a couple of gaps. Now inside the 5-meter, really threatening. Just a misdirection, maybe trying to do a switch. Wigley finding himself in the way, so it will be a Trailfinders scrum. Just a bit of discussion. You can hear it between the players. But this real first opportunity from Trailfinders to score from set piece, Julia.
Yeah, big time, I think. Obviously looking to come away with some points finally. We've spent a lot of time in that middle area and even defending our own try line. So hopefully Trailfinders can get in for some here.
Lots of options, of course, for the Trailfinders. They are split, with Gallagher sitting right behind the scrum. Solid platform, getting a good push. They've got the penalty advantage as well. Trailfinders looking all the way. They won't have to look hard as we're going to go penalty try. And a yellow card given on this one, so 7 points for Trailfinders. There's the 7 points you wanted, Julia.
Yeah, seriously. Wasn't expecting that, but that's great. I'm sure Sale will have a good retaliation here. We saw Britt Hogan off the back of that last scrum for them. She's newer in the PWR, so it's been great to see her, the Irish international, into the league. But yeah, I'm sure they'll come out firing here.
You can see the work there. Moore thought she was going to go under the post, but didn't need to as the referee steps in. Wigley giving the penalty try for Shale, bailing out of the scrum. So 7 points, no longer having to kick after the penalty try. So Trailfinders take the lead 16 minutes into this one. The restart. Sale, it is looking like that Sophie Benevent did receive that yellow card from the penalty try. Trailfinders on the restart, finding themselves very deep. Clearance kick gets a good bounce. Sale will take over, but will be down 10 minutes for a player down, and especially in the scrum, we'll have to make some adjustments. Trailfinders almost stealing that one. But Cocaine, a little bit of creativity from her, keeps it alive. So now Trailfinders counterattack. More little bit drop C's out there. We've got some cold fingers is the only thing I can think about. The ball's not wet this time, but cold hands.
Yeah, as it is dry, but I think that is exactly it. It's pretty chilly over here today. That was a pretty cool bit of skill there from Amy on the wing, not on the wing, Hooker on the wing, just to get that ball out of her hands and onto her foot.
Well, she was sort of loitering on the wing, so.
I think that's something we've seen a lot in the PWR, especially whether it's an overthrow. The hooker's just absolutely sending it down the pitch, which is great for the game. No number on your back, right?
That's right. It's just a suggestion. So the scrum replacement to just make sure we've got 8 in there. Evie Roach coming on. So they will more than likely drop a flanker. Sale with another opportunity. They've had a couple of scrums here in this spot. Haven't been able to take too much advantage of it.
Bind. Set. Hold.
Front foot ball to the inside center. Keat. Gerald Searcy, big carry, always good for meters after contact. Picked up right from the base, kind of speed up the attack. That's Harper now. Ball lost. Trailfinders almost trying to poach, but off their feet is the call. Sale just dropping back a little bit. They've lost a little bit of ground. Cocaine takes it. Another poach attempt. Moore thought she had hands on. Sale just going back and forth here, not able to crack this Trailfinders defense, but another penalty.
I thought that was a really good passage of play from Sale there. They're punching it up. They're looking to do a little pass out the back to either Lizzie or Holly. They've got playmakers across their whole back line, so it looks like they're stringing something good together here.
Duffy with a great kick is going to get him closer to 10 meters out. So Sharks with another opportunity. They're really going to want to try to take advantage of this one if they can.
It's all just back to that discipline that we're seeing from Trailfinders, especially in our 22. So I'm sure they'll be looking to clean that up.
First pod. Here comes the maul. Cocaine's at the back. She does this in her sleep. They've got some momentum. Trailfinders are trying to slow him down. It does get a bit stagnant. Going to pull it out and see what the backs can do. Bounces one. Harper still on her feet. Finally down. Does get them across the 5-meter line. This is the best position for Sale so far in this match.
Hands up, hands up.
Digging it out. It's slow ball for the Sharks. Penalty advantage for Sharks. At the line again. Just short. Good defense by Trailfinders. Going to try to pull it out wide now. Still have that penalty advantage renewed. Again, Sharks have a chance for this one. Can hear that call for lower. Going to go for the corner, the kick pass. Covered by 2 players trying to find Hogan Rochester. Again, it was a free play. They'll come back for the penalty. Not a bad option.
I like seeing that kind of stuff from Sale. Like Holly, like I said before, is a great kick. So using the advantage to your advantage, try and make something fun happen.
Going quickly is the Sharks. Trying to take advantage of the Trailfinders. Maybe not quite paying attention there, but good defense. They build again. Slower ball. Now they've got numbers. Aitchison out to Rochester. Hogan Rochester over the line for the Sharks. The glitter in the air.
That was great by Sale. You saw them trying to use that ball out the back on the phase before, so it looks like it finally came off for them. And we knew that Holly was going to be trying to set up Asia, so that's great to see from them.
Just dumping it straight back to the scrum half. Duffy really smart. Aitchison pins that last defender, letting Asia Hogan-Rochester, they're able to stride their way in and get their name on that score sheet. The kick here will be big as our score 7-5. Duffy lining up for that kick.
Trailfinders just seem to be a bit short on the edge there, and with a threat like Asia on the wing, they'll definitely be looking to cover that.
Sharks down a player as well for that yellow card, so 14-15 score as Duffy lines this one up. No problem for Duffy. Slides that one in. We've got a score that is tied. Can hear that conversation from the referee. Maya Ruse just pushing the boundaries there. It's a nice take from Moore. She's just been everywhere on the pitch for Trailfinders. Going to take it to the weak side. Scrum advantage for Trailfinders. Pinnock with a great carry. Pressure coming from the Sharks, but we'll come back to that scrum.
It was great for C to get up in the air there. I think we spoke about her experience on the 7 side, and she's world class in that area. So I know that's something that Trailfinders was going after that week to see if they can get her with ball in hand, because she's pretty lethal when she has it.
Unlucky there. They'll just get the scrum again, Trailfinders. Sort of like a do-over. 25 minutes into this match. Penalty try early for Trailfinders, and then now Sale, Asia Hogan-Rochester getting a score. This one tight. When we look at some of their other head-to-heads, the scoreline heavily in Trailfinders' favor, but Sale's just been able to kind of slow them down and stifle them almost.
Yeah, Sale has definitely done their research. It looks like they're staying on top and using their own flair to their advantage as well.
Here's the attack from Trailfinders. It's a short ball, not quite to Urin's hand, so it's Sale ball. They take over. Gerald Searcy ends up with it. Duffy, low kick. Trailfinders will take it. Gallagher. Neve has a little time and space. Nice carry. Leatherman gets her hands on it, then gets it to Tufnell. Do have an injury from a Trailfinder player.
Yeah, I think that's Jess Cooksey there. It looked like just on the attacking play there, she got a little knock. I honestly am not too sure. Hopefully she'll be okay.
Looks like that yellow card for Sale has expired. So they are back to full strength. Cooksey just receives a bit of attention.
I think Sale's defense has honestly been great so far this game. They're Trailfinders are trying to throw lots at them, and they're containing it really well. So we're in for a good one.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing a lot of looks from Trailfinders, right? I think you're right. And obviously, you having played with them, you understand their scheme more than I do. But Sale just kind of seems to be almost dictating what they can and can't do, which is not what you would want.
Exactly, yeah. And we talked about those knock-ons, but a lot of them seem to be forced errors as well. So I'm sure Sale will take that and see what they can do.
Scrum to Trailfinders. 28th minute of this match. Just doesn't feel like we've settled in. Either team hasn't settled in to this one yet. But a chance here for the home side.
Set. Okay, use the ball, so step and roll now.
Straight to Cooksey. Some backdoor here. Finds Laughlin. What can she do with it? She's brought down. It's a double tackle. Gallagher finding some space on the outside. Kwanzaa with it. She dumps it into the inside. To the fullback. To Gallagher. Now Malcolm. Picked up a couple of good meters here. Trailfinder deep inside. Sale's red zone. Sale has had good red zone defense this season, but Trailfinders going to try to exploit that. Marconi making the tackle to stop that one right there. That's a great ball on the inside. Finding an angle, our Trailfinders now inside 5 meters more. Goes for the line. Doesn't quite make it. Trailfinders will reload. Reminiscent of their first score. They had to work phase after phase. And then eventually it went to a scrum. Very close here. There's the whistle. Trailfinders, their second try of the match, took the work of the forwards to get that one across.
That was a great passage of play by Trailfinders. I think we tested the edge, tried to go up wide with Celia. She had an awesome offload back inside, and then the forwards just do what they do best, take control from 5 meters out and get one over the line.
Nice tight pod there for Trailfinders. Just pick up from the base and look at that. 3 defenders and able to get over the line. The power. Not quite sure who touched that down. We'll try to discern that for you. Looks like it was Borland. It's going to get the score sheet, the name on the score sheet. Just absolute power. Gallagher with the kick attempt. That one's going to slide off to the left. But now we've got a game on our hands. 12-7 Trailfinders, 30th minute.
Yeah, I can imagine with the last 10 before halftime, both teams will be looking to put some points on the board to go into the sheds with a bit of confidence. So I'm sure we'll see something exciting here from both sides.
Another look at the try. You can see that Borland just going to scoop it from the base here and just sneak around. Just such smart play to sidestep all those players. I mean, of course, a massively important player, 2-time World Cup player. Trailfinders get the ball again on the restart. Starting to build a little bit of a lead, only 5 points. Gallagher dropping that kick in. Finding that back 3, that very talented back 3. It's Aitchison with it. Now the lock, big carry. Switch sides, going to go. Aitchison's going to go just short ball, trying to pin some of those defenders. That's Campbell with a good carry. We've got a call in from the sideline, HIA. It's Rigoni, that gum shield lighting up, letting them know that Rigoni would need to have a check.
I'm sure she'll be bummed with that, like we saw in the coach's interview before. She hasn't seen much time this season, and knowing her, she's just buzzing to play, and she's a super exciting player, so I'm sure she'll try and be safely in and out as quick as possible.
Yeah, of course, got to follow the protocols, but always hard to kind of have that let down and have to step off the field. So Rigoni will get that checked to be seen if she'll be able to return. But another change here for Sharks will be incoming. Get a shot of it here. Yeah, just coming in to help that tackle. So Rigoni goes off, and Laura Perrin will come on, wearing number 22.
Crouch. Bind.
But Sale, good field position for them. Going straight to the inside center. Keat, nice carry, lots of meters picked up. Little hitch pass from Ralph.
Good choice.
Wide with it again, leaving the superstar on the outside. Hogan Rochester gets them inside the 22. Sharks on the hunt. Harper, big carry. Such power from that loose head prop. This is some nice soft hands from the Sharks, finding a little bit of space on the outside. Keat hanging out in that winger's position. Now Cocaine with it. This is much better from Sharks. This is danger territory for Trailfinders. Got advantage as well, do the Sharks. A little bit of slow ball. Just getting reorganized. Still have advantage. Can hear the call. They just want to go with the forwards. Now the kick in. We'll go back for that penalty, Julia, but that was really shaping up to be dangerous.
Yeah, definitely. I think Sale is absolutely taking advantage of Trailfinders' discipline in their 22. I don't know if we're going to see a tap pen here, or tap play, or kick to the corner, but they're trying lots off of these advantages as well and just seeing what's going to work for them.
Definitely Trailfinders finding themselves in a bit of discipline trouble, as you said, Julia, especially in this red zone. 4 or 5 at this point, and now they've got the line out, and they've got one of the best line out throwers in the world.
Yeah, exactly. I think definitely not ideal for Trailfinders, and I'm sure Sale will be looking to capitalize here on their mistakes.
Gerald Searcy off the top. This one's already moving the maul, flying for the Sharks. Major momentum. They're all over the line, and Sharks, what an answer that was. That was a clinical score by their forwards.
Yeah, that was awesome. I think, like I said before, those little mistakes from the opposition in their territory just set you up for success. I think they got super excited, and just an easy way to get over there.
Here it is again. Cocaine with the throw. This one just off the training park, and you could see they were already moving even before Gerald Searcy had her feet on the ground. Cocaine was there, but then sniped at the line and taken down by Katie Childs, the scorer for the Sale Sharks. That one, a big score.
Yeah, going into halftime, I think both teams are looking to come out on top, so this kick is going to be huge to see who can go into the sheds on top here.
Duffy stays perfect off the tee, and they do take the lead. We have to take another look at this again. They're just on ice almost. The defense getting pushed back as we talk about the Winter Olympics have just been all over our television screens. But now Sale Sharks putting in a spectacular driving maul try. They've got the conversion as well, and they take the lead for the first time in this match. 37th minute. We've still got a couple of minutes to go before we will take our break for the first half. Sharks with the momentum now. Look at the confidence. Going to go over the top. Aitchison looking for Hogan Rochester. They're hanging out on the wing like they always do. Is well contained by Laughlin, though. Duffy, short ball. Now the pace is picking up here a bit for the Sharks. You can feel they've got the confidence and momentum on their side. Now stolen, though, by Trailfinders. They've got good position, a great turnover. They're the ones causing a bit of chaos now, the Trailfinders. Norman Bell brings it to the left side. Leatherman gets a couple of good meters. Out to Gallagher. She fakes to Moore and then finds the back door. Now some space. Hogan Rochester has to slide in to take that tackle and does stop a try-saving tackle potentially. Penalty advantage for Trailfinders. Both teams struggling with red zone defense discipline. Norma Bell looking to go quickly, but then holds it up.
I didn't even see the turnover happen there. That was pretty crazy. I think Sale is doing some amazing attacking plays. It's awesome to see the interchanging of their 10 and 15, and they're really trying to move that ball wide to their wingers. And then there was just unlucky knock-on, I think, that happened there that we continue to see today.
Trailfinders could have taken an easy 3 points, but want to go for the corner. They're looking for the dagger here, Julia. They want 5 points.
Yeah, absolutely. I think too early in the game to be taking those. I think they'll try and put a statement on this here and get over before we head in.
Blanco, the Spanish hooker, with the throw in. They'll do their own maul. Anything you can do, we can do better. It's got momentum. Here comes the backs to join. Everybody's in the kitchen sink, and they'll go over the line, but it's been knocked on, and you can hear the celebration from the Sharks.
Yeah, just knock-ons all over the park today. I think maybe a bit of try-line fever got a little bit excited. It's awesome to see backs getting into mauls every once in a while, but just unfortunate that Trailfinders couldn't come away there.
Really unlucky for Trailfinders as that clock, we're getting closer to halftime. We'll get a good look of it here. Great camera work. We can see the defense in there. They've split the line out as well, and there the knock-on. You can see it, and immediately the Sharks celebrating.
Crouch. 5. Set.
Sale take over as our clock goes into the red. It's picked from the base. Hogan gets a little bit of breathing room for the Sharks. A tussle. Who's going to come up with it? Trailfinders looks to be the winner of that jump ball. They'll immediately try to attack left and then swing it all the way to the right. Ends up in Urin's hands. And now another poach. What a steal from Britt Hogan.
Yeah, like I said before, she has been absolutely great since she came into the PWR. We saw her just off the back of the scrum there, and obviously a very crucial time to have a turnover where Trailfinders looked like something was about to come. Maybe a bit too much of throwing the ball around there, and it was easy for her to get over, but good on her. That's awesome.
Look at that. It's a master class in body positioning and power. Gets the penalty, and as you said, Julia, just an absolute momentum killer there.
22 Sale change, please. 22.
Rigoni has passed that HIA, so she is back on wearing that number 13. So 22 steps off the field. We might see her again, but there's Rigoni. So good to see passing that test and back on the pitch. Miscommunication there. Not quite sure what happened. Knock on is the result. We'll have a scrum, 2 Sharks.
I'm sure Sale players taking a deep breath there. Obviously a little miscommunication, like you said, at the lineup, but the error by Trailfinders again, just keeping them where they want to be.
And we are on referee time, so you can see that clock ticking over, but we'll wait for Andrew Wigley's official call. Is one of the unique things about rugby. So Sale with another chance. They've got the 2-point lead. What can they do here? Some movement in the backs. They've got everybody swinging around to the left side, trying to load it up. Aitchison finding the outside, and here's the speedster, Campbell. Can't get across. Kwanzaa, though. Kwanzaa getting her down. Does very well in defense. Look at the counter ruck attempt. Desperation time for Trailfinders. Big carry by Hogan. Sharks could kick this out and take the lead, but content to play. Stolen now. This is where Trailfinders are quite dangerous in broken play. It's over the head of Gallagher into Laughlin. Does well to stay in bounds. Both sides just wanting to play, get all the points they can. A critical matchup in round 11 for both of these teams. Sale looking for their second win of the season. And then, of course, Trailfinders looking for the postseason. They've got penalty advantage. Leatherman with a big carry. Moore tries to take it right from the base. Let's listen in.
One second, number 3's already been binned. Number 3's already been binned. Can I just check that?
He's
Was it number
correct.
3
Yeah, they're going to
that
check
hit
with their number
contact?
4 official, but he is correct.
Number 1. Okay, fine. So it'll be number 1 that's going to go to the bin. We've got head contact, high degree of danger. It's mitigated because number 3 pushes her against it. So number 1, you're going to the bin, high tackle.
Massive.
Head contact, yeah.
Massive foul play there. And, you know, if it was going to be Sophie Benevent, she would have received a red card. So great to slow that down and just check that. But Taisha Harper now, yellow card, second yellow card for Sale. Just see if we can
Use the
see.
line, please, Sal.
A little bit further back maybe, but wonder here. Both sides could have gone to halftime at any moment, but wanting to play on. Trailfinders now with a 5-meter line out. They're going to go for the maul. They just had a knock on 1 moments ago. Here comes the backs. Laughlin joins.
6.
Blancos at the back, peeling off the edge to the line. Trailfinders with their own gorgeous maul and peeling off the back is the Spaniard, scoring for Trailfinders in extra time in this first half. These last few minutes have been wild, Julia.
These last few minutes have been wild. I think it's great. It's exactly what we said. You want to go into the sheds for halftime on top, and Trailfinders was able to capitalize there. It is very impressive that Sale are where they are with 2 yellow cards so far. So I think there's so much more to see, and it's shaping up to be an exciting game for sure.
That look there. She just sees only the scrum half is there and thinks she can overpower her, and she's right. The kick here could be big for Gallagher. It's a tough side of the pitch. Hear the crowd, and now the flags confirm. Trailfinders 19 to over Sale 14 in this first half, and we have just been privy to just a fantastic match. The first 20 minutes, granted, a couple knock-ons, teams kind of feeling each other out, but then it was a penalty try, a yellow card, another try, a yellow card. Julia, this has just been a treat in this last 20 minutes.
I know, we've really seen it all so far. I think both teams are obviously here to play today, so it's an exciting game. Lots of change of possession, high ball in play. But yeah, I know it's shaping up to be a good one.
Yeah, we can see the coach there, Sale coach, coming over and questioning the match officials. Paris Redding also asked the referee about that last send-off for that yellow card. 2 yellow cards in this first half, and that second one, you know, high degree of danger to the head. Yellow, lucky did not get away with the red there. I mean, you got to question it, but this could be a game changer for 2 yellow cards for Sale.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can't say what they're going to be talking about at half, but I can imagine that Trailfinders will be looking to put some points on the board, especially in the next 10 minutes. But on the other hand, Sale scored with a man down before a person down. So I think they are obviously full of confidence, and I think it'll be a really exciting next 10 minutes for sure, because they know they can do it without a player.
Trailfinders lead in this first half, 19-14 over Sale Sharks. We're going to step away for a moment, but we'll be back with highlights in a bit.
I'm better in my new era.
Brooke Bradley, the scrum half, not even interested at that last ruck of getting the ball. Now spies some space. Gallagher drops it onto the toe. Can Laughlin gather it in? She can! Lovely little nudge through. And that is a lovely score.
Sale having to be wary of when the width will come. And wary of Sarah Beckett. Now there's a little more on it. Lovely tip on here. Dalla Valle and Singh sliding in to score in the corner.
Bears a go once again. Now is the opportunity to come to the open side. Bonner! Bonus point.
What a try, very well worked.
Oh, Poppy Cleo gets onto it, finds her old mate, Lottie Sharp, who stakes the hips, weaves and puts foot to the floor to slide in for a second. Try number 2 in the left-hand corner.
Tessier, long one over the top. Granzotto, is there enough room to work? Steps back in, away from Kildun, away from all of the Harlequins' defence. Francesca Granzotto says grazie, thank you very much.
Morgan Richardson getting through some dirty work, and the counter-rucking, which has been a hallmark of this half for Saracens, bears fruit once more. They fancy 50 before the break. Verghese to Campbell. Slings one over to Omakuela, who slips it inside once more along the chain. That's the kind of try that reminds you just why you love this game.
Well, Exeter had only had 1 yellow card all season before today. They're not going for the scrum. They've had 3 yellow cards in 6 minutes. Mikaeli too goes for the line. They can't afford to be turtled over if there's no penalty advantage.
Step back.
They've opted away from the scrum. That could have been the penalty try opportunity that Langi Tuima was asking so intently about. But now, Swords, Cromack. This is for Tuima. This is for the try.
New era.
Welcome back. We're just here at halftime of this Trailfinders Sale game. Trailfinders heading into the sheds on top, so we're going to watch back some highlights from the first half. So this was Trailfinders' first try. Was actually turned out to be a penalty try, so they walked away with all 7 points here. Great scrum by Trailfinders. Isla Norman Bell looking to the referee to see, but ended up coming away with 7 here. Just taking a look at that one again. Sale Sharks came off with this one with a yellow card, so Trailfinders played up a player for the next 10 minutes. But I believe the next try was actually Sale that was capitalizing, playing a player down. We see that one here coming in. They love to play out the back, and it's really great to see their ball handling this close to the line. It's pretty on point, and we see Asia Hogan-Rochester scoring in the corner. This next try coming in from Trailfinders, I believe it was Chris Blanco, the forwards taking over control in the 5-meter channel here, and just a great drive and latch by Trailfinders, finding themselves in the try zone just before halftime. I think it was Chris Blanco here. It might have been Alana Borland who was given the credit, but if we watch it back here, we'll see Chris Blanco, number 2 for Trailfinders, get on the ball and get over. It's great from Trailfinders to see that pick and go game hasn't been number 1 for them, so it's awesome to see them bring that in. It was quite a back and forth first half, so we see Sale coming right back at them just a few minutes after that last try. So an awesome line out, just 5 meters out. Amy Cocaine with a great ball and easy Sale to fly over the line.
Julia, we've just been so lucky with this first half we've had, and we'll take a look at some of these tries. This one, just fantastic by the Sharks.
Yeah, I think they have answered everything that Trailfinders has given to them, so it's been a really exciting game, and I'm sure we'll see more of it in the second half.
And then again, Trailfinders returning their own attempt here at this maul.
Yeah, like you said, I think they had that anything you can do, I can do better mindset. And when we've been 1 for 1 all game, but great to go into halftime on top. And I'm sure we'll see Sale coming out with some of that northern grit that we see from them week in and week out.
Yeah, that one in Sharks getting the knock on. So a little bit of a balloon being let out there that they went all the way down there and drove it, and then had this line out. It didn't come to fruition. But then this one, Julia.
Oh, there it is. Yes. Yeah. I think they needed to prove it to themselves in that moment that they could get that driving maul as well.
And there it is. It's just really good. They've come together as a unit. Sale's a little bit disjointed, but it's the drive there at the end that does get him over. And there again, the knock on. It looks like so good. It's like all there, and you're just waiting for the cherry on top, and it just doesn't come. It's so frustrating sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. But the forwards do a ton of work there, so they'll get back at it, I'm sure.
Right at the end, the yellow card, the blow. It's the second yellow card for Sale. And this one, a little maybe controversial. We saw the coach coming over, but Harper, recipient of that yellow card. We'll be back in a bit. We'll have that second half. You're not going to want to miss it. Trailfinders 19, Sale 14.
I'm better in my new era.
Fearless, fast, powerful. We are Trailfinders women.
It's such a great feeling to play at Trailfinders. We've got such a strong following out in West Ealing. That's our home turf.
We're going to be fast and furious. We're going to bring the tries, and we're so excited to start.
We've got big names coming in. We've got a lot of internationals to go up.
We're such a tight-knit group. Everyone just expresses themselves.
Meg Jones is going to bring magic. Magic Meg. Trailfinders, we're going to bring energy, passion, and a lot more flair.
We are Sale Sharks.
We fear no one. This is our city. the only team in the North, and that is something that we're so proud of. I think anybody north of the Midlands is going to get behind Trail Sharks.
We have such a loyal fan base. You can always hear the drums and the die-hard fans who show up to every match, rain or shine.
I'm so excited to play at Hayward Road. It's always an amazing atmosphere whenever I've been there before, and yeah, just to be back home.
Sale are going to bring passion, they're going to bring feeling in rugby, they're going to bring a lot of flair, and it's going to be an exciting time to be in the North. We're going to score some tries.
Bring it on.
New era.
Welcome back. Second half about to begin. Trailfinders over Sale so far 19-14. But we had a controversial yellow card at the very end of this first half. Let's take a look at it here. There it is right there. You can see Tish Harper coming in and that head contact. There's just no tolerance now. And she did receive a yellow card. It's the second yellow card for Sale. There you can see Harper. 10 minutes, another 10 minutes that Sharks have to survive now, Julia. Didn't really affect them in the first half. They scored down a player as we take another look. Just right there, just standing the entire time in the tackle. No hip bend at all pretty easy call for the match officials.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, watching this back, I'm really not sure that it was Tyche Harper, but obviously you trust the on-field call from the ref there. Obviously, if it was Sophie, then we would have seen a red, but here we go with the second half.
Big second half coming your way. This one back and forth, but only in the last 20 minutes or so of that first half. Really both sides finding their groove, getting it together, and now Sharks have to always wonder what those halftime chats were. Adjustments for Sharks. We did see Evie Roach coming on for that yellow card as well. As for replacement. Benavant coming off for Sharks. So some fresh legs on early for the Sharks. Now Trailfinders will get their first possession in this second half. They just scored a beautiful driving maul. The Sharks did it just a moment before them. We're going to have penalty advantage again, taking out the 9. Norman Bell, always threatening. Want to see her unleash. I want to say, go, go, go.
Yeah, exactly. It looked like someone maybe held her back there because she is absolutely one of those players that will just take off, and it usually comes out on the right side. She's rapid.
Good clearance by Gallagher, and Trailfinders first line out of this second half. And like we said, this match incredibly important in the grand scheme of Trailfinders. Short couple of years in the PWR, their first chance to possibly get into the postseason, but it all starts with a win this weekend. They've got to get 5 points for the standing. It's a nice, slow-moving but consistent driving maul. They got Cocaine just yelling they have to use it. Those smart players taking advantage of anything they can. Now Trailfinders, Grace Moore, little half break. They're still going to the line. Grace Moore inside the 5 meter. She is just absolutely so strong. Trailfinders really looking to put down a statement here in this first couple of minutes in the second half. Nice defense by the Sharks. They drive them back a little bit so they gain a bit of territory. Sharks did have a couple of red zone stances that they had in the first half, but driving again to the line is going to be just short. They'll go again over the top. There's the call again. Didn't quite make it. Straight to the line. Over, and a score for the Trailfinders. It's Leatherman, the American.
That is awesome. I mean, you can't really ask for a much better way to start a second half, especially with a tight game going into the halftime there. So I think Trailfinders will be super happy with that start to their second half.
Yeah, getting off the line quickly. Can see it was a big build-up to this one, but it all came through Grace Moore. Look at this work from her. The leg drive, pounding through to the fence. Cocaine is all over her finally. Tries to get the poach, but does very well the support. And then it's just a couple of phases to where we'll see Leatherman gets it in just a few steps here. Another one by Moore, almost over the line. And then now here comes the big shove for Leatherman. Trailfinders score within 2 minutes of this second half.
That's awesome from Olivia. I think, like I said before, the forwards really taking control in that area of the game. I think Isla Norman Bell was awesome off the back of the maul there and just looking at her game management, and then she lets the forwards take over when needed.
No conversion, so 24-14, just 10 points, so 2 tries, the difference in this one, and it's been a quick start for Trailfinders. And in the cruel sport that rugby is, they potentially get the restart here. They have to secure it, of course. Wasn't sure who was going to come up with it there. Almost had a little bit of commentator's curse, but Trailfinders line out.
Pretty uncharacteristic miss by Niamh Gallagher for post there. She has been slotting them from the sideline all season, so I'm sure she'll be looking to hopefully get some more points on the board and some redemption on that one.
Yeah, her kicking percentage is in the high 80s. And she leads the side for top points and made a critical conversion last week to get that win as well. Nice high kick from Norman Bell. Going to be straight out, so just push that one a little too much.
Yeah, unfortunately, just out on the full there. I like I think the idea is great. And obviously, like we've said, C under the ball would be awesome, but just a little bit of an error there on Trailfinder side. So I'm sure Sale will be looking to do something with their mistake.
And Sale does have very good line-out percentages. Cocaine is a big part of that, of course. Little tiny maul coming together. Now it starts to get moving. Slow defense from Trailfinders. Relf will pull it out. Nice ball. Rigoni coming in on a hard line. And now Sharks building the attack. Paris Redding will play little scrum half, but scrum advantage to Trailfinders. Cooksey will dish it out to the outside, and they find Laughlin. You can hear the commands to go down. They just want to recycle the ball quickly. There's the try scorer, Leatherman. Some shape coming. That's a good short ball to Ruse. Picked up by Sharks, though. She's already scored one. Making her way towards the line is Childs. Brought down by the defense. Going to try to go to the outside. Rigoni didn't see too many options. So plays it safe, and it's loose ball again. Trailfinders come up with it. Back and forth stuff here. And a penalty, the poach in there.
That is just so much back and forth rugby, and ideally not in an area that Trailfinders would want to play. I think that's the price you pay when you maybe try and play out of your end for a little too many phases. You see the pressure coming in from Sale, and we knew that they have jackal threats all around the pitch, and we see, I think it's Georgie Paris Redding getting over that ball in a really crucial spot. So I think Sale into the corner here, and I'm sure we'll see another driving maul.
Have a couple of replacements coming on for Trailfinders. Georgia Ponsby coming on wearing number 16, and then Kate Zachary, vice captain, wearing 21. So fresh legs injection for these Trailfinders. But it's all Sale right now. 5 meter line out. Penalty advantage for Sharks. Going to try to drive this one in. It's going to be short. Cocaine will pick it up.
Short release.
Not quite there.
Penalty advantage.
There's the line and over. They don't need the penalty advantage. Shale Sharks answer back, and it's a massive score.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's exactly what you want to do. You turn over the ball 5 meters out, and then the next thing you're seeing is a try. So Sale is going to be super happy with that one, and I think we're going to see a kick again coming in here from Lizzie Duffy, but it's the game's just getting closer and closer.
You can see the work here, and it's Hogan, the 8, that gets the eventual points there, just the drive to the line. 24-19, kick to come. Duffy gets her third conversion of the day, and we have another tie match.
That's awesome. I love to see teams bringing in multiple kickers too. Obviously, we've seen Holly off the tee so much for them this year, and I think Lizzie Duffy's been having a great game, commanding from 10, but also off the tee. She's been 100%. So definitely keeping Trailfinders on their toes.
A little bit of a deeper restart. Sharks underneath it. Sale's yellow card is back on, and number 20, Charlotte Frey, on the pitch as well. So we're starting to see those replacements come in. Have to see what impact they can make. Duffy's going to put in a high kick. Underneath it, though, is Laughlin. Has some support. It's a good counterattack on the kick. You can hear the sideline. The coaches, they feel something's coming. Pinnock with a good carry. Tied up a bit. Sharks able to slow that one down. There comes the call for release. Borland scored a try already with a good carry in the middle of the pitch. There's another good short ball. Malcolm took that one off the shoulder. Penalty advantage to Trailfinders. Have had a lot of discipline issues, both sides.
Might see Island Bell. Oh,
she almost did it.
I'm sure we'll see it at some point. That was great from her. I think she's been keeping the pace for Trailfinders high and obviously pulled a little bit of a penalty there. So we'll see Niamh Gallagher kick to the corner here and hopefully something interesting to come off the back of it.
Yeah, you could see Rigoni there, not quick enough to roll away. A master at slowing ball down and looking innocent at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. I think you're so right. She is one of those players that toys with those lines, but in the best way possible. And sometimes you unfortunately just come out on the other side, but she's pretty good at it.
Trailfinders leading this one by 3 points, 24-21. Looking for another. Kate Zachary coming off the bench, getting somersaulted in that ruck. Tough nail. Good couple of meters. Gonna go wide with it. It's not quite to hand. Sharks will take over. Hogan Rochester swallowed by the defense. Broke out into the 7 scene most recently. Look at this ball all the way across the field.
Oh, that's too bad. I think Shona Campbell would have had a good little run there. Really love to see the braveness of Sale playing out of their end. And they had advantage, so they knew they could do something with it. But I think we'll come back here for a Sale ball.
Yeah, I've definitely seen both sides almost playing a bit riskier, as we'll take another look here at the knock-on from Cooksey. And the little cleanup by Hogan Rochester.
Crouch! Bind! Set! 1 second, I've got this.
We heard the ref there just telling the Sale Sharks 9 that they're outside of the 22. So for those of us tuning in, not as familiar with the rules, if the Sale Sharks were to kick the ball out on the full, so right into touch, it would be a Trailfinders line out from where they kicked it out. But Sale can kick, they just ideally keep it in play, which we have been seeing loads of, and them trying to get their wingers under the ball.
Did you just try to explain the Pythagorean theorem to the audience?
You know when you understand something really well and you're like, I'm not sure I can explain this.
The kicking laws are, confusing. Next we'll have to take on curling, and because there was some cheating evidently yesterday that we were watching a video of earlier, so I'll have to explain that later. Sale going to work out of their own end here. They did just recently score a 53rd minute of this match, and we've been talking about the stakes of this one. Sale looking to spoil anything they can. Trailfinders in their 4th year trying to get into the postseason. They need a win today. Sharks could get their 2nd win. It's just wild to say that out loud when you look at the table. They do have a shot at the postseason, Sharks, but it's a long road. They basically have to win from today on out. Their form has been looking better. And in this game, minus the first 20 minutes where both sides looked shaky at best, they've really put together some good rugby today. Nice hold. Didn't have much choice, Ralph, but there were some shooters in the line. So slow ball. Aitchison will come play scrum half. Some fresh legs on. Thorpe getting a first carry. Frey getting a carry. Duffy charged down by Zachary. Trailfinders will pick up. We got broken ball. Norman Bell, this is where she's really dangerous. Contained, though, by Hogan Rochester. Malcolm has a carry. Norman Bell forced to go by herself. Ball loose, and another little knock on. Scrum advantage to Sharks. Gerald Searcy tries to find a couple of meters, but well defended by Ruse. Now Duffy clears again. There was a challenger, but through the hands. Laughlin taking over for Trailfinders. Big tackle coming in from Rigoni. She does roll away quickly this time. Tough Nail finding some space in the middle of the field. Little bit of edge here for C. Gallagher does come in for support. Goes again. Such smart play. Such an experienced player. Lots of chatter from the players. You can just feel the tension in this match. Only 3 points, the difference. Trailfinders inside the red zone. Fresh legs coming on and making an impact. There's Ponsonby. Counter ruck attempt from Sharks. Penalty, though. Now Norman Bell finally goes quick. We get our wish. To the line. She's brought down short. Paris Redding with a try-saving tackle. Forward's going to get to work, though, for the Trailfinders. Not quite there. They'll reload. There's a dive to the line. Fresh legs. Georgia Ponsonby.
That's awesome from G off the bench. Everyone made it pretty easy for her to dot that last one over. I thought Cass Toughnail had some great go forward. Olivia Leatherman again. And we finally got that quick tap from Isla Norman Bell. I think she's just been energy all over the pitch. So she's definitely been a big key for Trailfinders' success today.
Forwards working it, getting it done here, getting it so close to the line. Then Georgia Ponsonby gets her 7th try of the season. She dives this one over, and you're right, Julia. A lot of work was done by her teammates, but gets her name on the sheet. And that's the bonus point for Trailfinders.
Yes, that is. G has been class for Trailfinders this year, and she's not as big as they come, but she is unstoppable when she gets about a couple meters out. So that's awesome from her.
Gallagher back on the tee and does well with that conversion. 29-21. We'll take another look at this. Trailfinders going quickly through Norman Bell, and then a pick from the base. And then Ponsonby, another pick back to back. Just getting underneath the defenders, realizing that nobody was there. Critical score for Trailfinders. They've gotten the bonus point. Now they've got to hold off this dangerous Sharks side.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen it's been a pretty back and forth game so far, so we know that Sale aren't done, and they'll come out flying here. Maybe see another short kickoff and try and retain ball from Lizzie Duffy.
Taken well by the try scorer, Ponsonby. Underneath it again. Leatherman. Good clearing kick. It's nice and low. It's going to get a couple of bounces. Aitchison picks it up inside the 22 and does have a little run. A chip kick from her. Underneath it is Borland. Scored 1 already today. Now going to go to the right side with Leatherman. Needs a little bit of support. There's the poach attempt by Sharks. They're going to grab it through Charlotte Frey.
I think you heard Isla Norman Bell maybe over the ref's mic there. She saw the rest of the team heading to the far side of the pitch, and she maybe just heard the first comms in and passed it right. And unfortunately for Trailfinders, ended up with a turnover. But Sale Sharks have been hot on most breakdowns today. We know that that's something that they're great at. And now they're going to have possession heading into Trailfinders 22.
Yeah, taking back control when they need to take it back. 10 points, the difference. They've got to score twice here to get back into this one. They've been doing it all day, though. They've kept it close. Short line out. It's overthrown, so it's the superstar again, Ponsonby, who's just come on and done everything so far. A couple of turnovers, scored a try. Some nice shape coming together for the Trailfinders. Rigoni in there doing what Rigoni does. Anything and everything. Still stays with Trailfinders. 60th minute of this match. Abby Burton's come on wearing number 20. And another poach by the Sharks.
Yeah, I think that was maybe Brittany Hogan again over that ball. Trailfinders looking to get some momentum, but almost pushing themselves into Sale Sharks' hands, and they are just all over every ball.
Yeah, definitely Sharks seem to be stepping it up here and realizing that Trailfinders are getting a bit disconnected and taking advantage of it, and that's another good spot. Hogan grabbing that one.
I think we've seen a couple changes there on the Trailfinders side. Oh, ball stays in.
Yeah, kick
Stand
not
by.
quite to touch. So Trailfinders end up with it, but it's a knock-on, so Sale gets the advantage and picks up a couple of meters.
Yeah, I think, what started out as unlucky turned lucky into Sale Shark, so they've got a scrum in a pretty great attacking position here.
Can see that ball just bouncing free. Don't see that very often with that many players around, but then just ending up in Trailfinders' hands, but knocked on. So Sharks, 61st minute of this match, and a really big opportunity for them. Another penalty, and Trailfinders were under warning. They go quickly. Ralph, another penalty, not 10 is the call. So Sharks, they've got fins up, looking for another 5 points. Cocaine there to the line. She rolls and gets through as only Cocaine can do. We all paused because we weren't sure if he was blowing a penalty or not, but Cocaine gets on the score sheet and a try that Sale really, really needed. Can see here taking it from the base, and they think they've ripped the ball, and then she just stays on her feet and does a little pirouette and gets over the line, and you can see Rigoni at the bottom of the screen, hands up like, yeah, let's go, Cocaine.
Yeah, exactly. She's another one of those players who is so powerful, and a few meters out, she is pretty hard to stop. I think we actually saw a yellow card there against Trailfinders, maybe from not being back 10, to Captain Kate Zachary.
Tisk, tisk. Conversion is good as well. So now Trailfinders get their first yellow card of the match, and probably the worst time to get it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like we've said, this match has just been so back and forth. It's try for try. We've seen Trailfinders put in a lot of their bench, so hopefully they can bring some more energy for the next 10 minutes while they're playing down.
Trailfinders were under a warning as well, so that's where that yellow card comes from.
Ladies, number 1, change please.
Kate will go sit down for 10 minutes. Should get back on in the 73rd or so minute. You can see that Meta has come on now for Trailfinders. Annabelle Meta, only 20 years of age, but Sale Sharks crawling their way back into this one. 31-28 our score. Plenty of time to go. We've been talking about it all game. 3 points the difference here, but all game, how important this match is in the season for both of these sides, but Trailfinders, they've got the bonus point today, but if they don't come away with the win, that postseason becomes absolutely almost unattainable.
Yeah, exactly, and I think Sale Sharks is trying to put a little stop in the Trailfinders party, but we will see.
Trailfinders taking over, can hear the chatter from the players on the pitch. They know how important this game is. Norman Bell getting it into Ponsonby's hands, who's come on and been just an impact player with a capital I. Now into Urin's hands. Stolen by the Sharks. Not even sure how she got that. Just been back and forth, and again picked up by Trailfinders, but knocked on. I
think there's about 3 turnovers back and forth there.
And Campbell was going to receive some attention as well. That's just been the kind of match it's been. You can't turn away. We'll try to make heads or tails of this one. So you can see Urine gets ripped. Oh, it's Cocaine that rips it, and then she gives it away immediately. But then another knock on. Oh, it looks like she did hit the ankle of her own teammate maybe.
Yeah, you saw Abby Burton coming across screen there. She's come on, I think, for Rachel Malcolm with that cross-cover tackle. I think these two are actually Sevens teammates too. But hopefully we'll see Shona get up and be okay here.
Oh, it's that ankle just getting caught in the turf. Turned on her.
This turf has taken quite a few prisoners, I have to say. It's especially on a cold day, if your studs get stuck in there the wrong way, it's not fun.
So bonus point for both sides, having scored the required 4 tries. But the win is the 4 points that you really want for these standings. And when we talk about these standings, it's so tight. Of course, Trailfinders are only 5 off of Exeter in the standings.
Yeah, I think it's great to see as well. Obviously, Sale has made quite a few changes, so has Trailfinders. And coming from the last time they saw each other in the fall, this has been a huge improvement on Sale's side. So I'm sure no matter how the game goes, they can be happy with the performance they put out with changes since the last time these two met.
Yeah, it's the last meeting of Trailfinders as well, but then when you look at Sale in their last couple of scores, they've just been really close. I mean, they held Gloucester Hartbury to 22 points last week. You know, of course they lost, but holding those guys, that team, to 22 points is phenomenal.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's hard to come close to them at this moment, so it's awesome to see Sale do that. Obviously, 2 weekends ago, maybe against Bears, they had a 1-point game as well, so they're really just getting better each week.
Will we see another card here?
Your players need to hold their balance. Yeah. We had a free kick early doors, and now we've had 3 penalties. Yeah. If things don't change, we don't escalate further. Yep. This penalty.
Pretty clear there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, can't ask for much more from a referee in those moments. Looks like maybe Abby Burton is stepping in as captain while Rachel Malcolm's gone off and Kate Zachary sits in the bin. But yeah, can't ask for more from a ref there.
Official warning, and they've already down a card, as you just said, Julia. Kate's already out with a card. It would be just brutal to have another one, so they've got to just watch their Q's and P's right here. Sale Sharks with a line out. Lots of movement in the line, eventually going to that front pod and then off the top and sticking that hand out. It's just going to be a knock-on, but almost got away with it. Emma Wasso, who's back to her first match since the World Cup.
And of course, she already has something in her nose, probably stopping a nosebleed. That girl goes face first into everything. And yeah, no, I don't think any ill intentions here, so I think it should just be a knock-on. But it's great to have her back.
It's always those players that lead with their face, and I don't know, my face, I like my face.
Me too.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Kick our difference here, 3 points and another penalty, and he's got to give it this time, and there it comes. And Meta is going to receive the 4th yellow card of this match, 2nd for Sale. And now they're down to 13 players until Kate Zachary comes on the pitch.
Yeah, you know, this is one of those situations you never like to be in. We saw a few weeks ago when Trailfinders hosted Harlequins at home, we were down to 13 players as well. So that's something that I know that they've been working on in training, is those scenario-based. So obviously it's not ideal, but hopefully we've learned some stuff over the last few weeks at training and can ride out this what will be almost the rest of the game playing a player down.
And here's a look at that scrum again. Meta wearing that 17 on the left side. You can see just immediately going down to a knee once the pressure is applied. Got to maintain your body weight. But Sharks take over. Another loose ball. It's going to end up being a Trailfinders scrum. But 2 yellow cards for Trailfinders at this stage of the game. They're going to have to make an adjustment here in the front row and then accommodate for Kate as well.
Yeah, for sure. That's one of those things in rugby that maybe you don't always see is once someone comes off, they can go back on for specific situations. So we'll see Olivia Leatherman come back on here for the scrum, and it looks like Jess Cooksey is maybe coming off.
Good pickup. Yeah, Leatherman going to come complement the scrum. Still down to 13 players, so they just shift everybody around. So still the 2-player advantage for Sharks. But we did see Sharks score with 1 player down in the first half. So can be done. A little bit harder with 13 players.
Hope to see some good game management here by Trailfinders for the rest of the game.
12 minutes to go. 3 points the difference. Trailfinders on top, and they've absolutely, this is a must-win for this side to keep any hope of getting into that Final Four alive. Poach attempt called off by the referee. And Julia, are you going to get some insider info here? Is this time management or is it still... Oh, hold that thought, Julia, as that charge down by Sharks, and it's picked up by Charlotte Frey, and that could be, in the grand scheme of things, a really, really important turnover.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like you were saying there, game management is huge from Trailfinders. You're playing, well, you were ahead with 13 players on the pitch. Maybe a little bit rushed on that kick there, not everyone ready, and I mean, Charlotte Frey took advantage of it completely, had a great charge down. So, yeah, Sail Sharks on top now, and we will see how the next 10 minutes go. But, yeah, if I were on the pitch right now, I'd definitely be, I mean, you got to come away with some points now if you're Trailfinders, but that game management is going to be huge and trying to get over.
Pressure on 100% now, 150%, and you could just see what Gallagher's trying to do there. She's just under pressure and wants to get the exit, but just Frey all over that one. And how often do you see that player charge it down and then they score? Love
exactly,
it.
Yeah. I think very much capitalized on Isla Norman Bell. Looks like she trips up off the back of that breakdown. So Charlotte Frey has just that much more time to get the charge down.
Conversion isn't quite there. Did have a charge down from Trailfinders. So this one, it's just as tight as they come as we hit that 70th minute of this match. This one has just been edge of your seat stuff back and forth.
Yeah, has it ever. I mean, as a Trailfinders player, it's not something I want to see, but it's great for the game. It's exciting. And this is why people come tune into the PWR, right? See these close scoring games.
31-28, our score. Shark under attack again, and Hogan Rochester can't quite hold on to that one.
I mean, this is something that we've seen across the board. Cold hands, maybe nerves, who knows, but I think almost every player on the pitch has had a knock on today. The score you can see in the background there has been updated. It might not be the same on your screens, but Sail Sharks are ahead right now. It's 33 Sharks, 31 Trailfinders. So Trailfinders will be looking to come away with some points here.
Yeah, Julia, thank you. Apologize. I was trying to do math in my head, and it is not a strong suit of mine. But Trailfinders have an opportunity here. 9 minutes to go in this match. Playing from behind. Laughlin coming in off the wing. It's stripped from the Sharks. This has just been a problem in this second half for Trailfinders. Cannot hold on to the ball. So Sharks will take over. Harper picking up just a loose ball. So 33-31 our score, 2 points the difference. And another mistake. Did that one go off the foot? Looks to be okay, but then there's the mistake. Scrum advantage, double knocks now. Almost too many things to talk about, Julia, but it's going to end up being a Sale Sharks scrum.
Yeah, that's too bad. I mean, you could argue that that might have been a knock-on in the backfield, but the rugby gods always come back and they make things right. So unfortunately for Claire Gallagher there, I think she went for an offload and it just went forward. But yeah, we'll see Sale Sharks here with an attacking scrum.
You can see it just off Hogan Rochester's hand maybe, but doesn't matter. It's going to be a knock-on. We do have to see Kate Zachary coming back on the yellow card, but the vote for players of the match is in the YouTube chat, so we need to know your input for that. Gonna pick. It was a tough one this week, Julia, to pick. I mean, it's just such a close game. But Trailfinders back to 14 players. Do still have one yellow card off the pitch, as Annabelle Mehta still has a few minutes to go, as we're just attending to a Sharks player off camera. Alana Boland, one of the player of the match attendees. Neve Gallagher from Trailfinders, a player of the match candidate as well. Britt Hogan from the Sale Sharks. And Lizzie Duffy, the other contender. So get your votes in.
We saw Sale Sharks there at the stoppage just taking a deep breath in. So now I'm sure they're going to want to practice some of that game management. They're 2 points up heading into the last 6.5 minutes of this game. So I'm sure we'll see some composure on their side.
Have to see Rigoni takes it right from the base of the scrum. Not known for her conservative play, but will adhere to the game plan for Sharks. Still a lot of time. 6 or 7 minutes in rugby is an eternity. And as we've seen, tries just been aplenty today. Picked up by Trailfinders, but there was a knock-on before. Oh, you could hear the crowd getting behind that one.
Yeah, that one's too bad. It's one of those, I think it was a knock-on in the tackle. So, again, no fault, but it's just unfortunate because it looks like Ella Mori off the bench could have got in for some points there for Trailfinders.
And see Sharks here trying to just quick ball. There's that knock-on in the tackle, just a couple of phases behind, a couple of steps behind. So Sharks will have another scrum.
Let's go in.
Olivia Leatherman has just put in quite a shift in the front row here, so I'm sure she's dreading every time a scrum comes. I mean, I think they love scrum, so I can't speak to that. But yeah, she's going to need some fuel after this one.
Yeah, she got to sit down for just a little bit and then had to come back on for that yellow card.
Set.
Hopefully she was able to get a little bit warm and then the surprise to back on the pitch. Sharks will have Rigoni put her foot to it. So an opportunity here for the hosts. Pressure on. There's a bit of space. Out here it's the skip pass into the replacement's hands. Cox usually plays inside center. Sharks trying to hold up. Now tackle made. Not a maul as Trailfinders never joined. Big hit coming in by Sharks. You can hear the home crowd getting in behind the Trailfinders. They have to score here to keep their postseason hopes alive. Playing from behind, 2 points, so any type of score will do it. Big tackle by Hogan Rochester. Nice gap from Ruse, just finding something that isn't there and making it. Now we've got a replacement scrum half in and Amori. This is looking good for Ealing. Lots of options. It's into the replacement's hands. Abby Burton. The kind of experience you want coming on your bench. Ponsonby. Support coming from Trailfinders. This is looking really exceptional from this home side. 76th minute, playing from behind with a yellow card, a knock on. Julia, a knock on.
Sorry, I'm silent over here. I'm just holding my breath. It just looks like something is coming together and then another knock on or another just mistake on Trailfinders' end. They're on top of it and then unfortunately just lost it at the last minute there. There were some great passages of play, but yeah, gosh, just a bit breathless.
Oh my goodness, this game has had everything. There's a couple of players down receiving attention, but you have to wonder, was that the last chance for Ealing? You hope not, with 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, I mean, with the turnovers we've seen this game, it's so back and forth every other second I look up, so hopefully not. But you might be able to hear the crowd getting behind the home crowd here, so maybe give them the last little push that they need.
Yeah, Sale wanted to come in. They wanted to made some strategic shifts, 6 changes from their side last week. They've had immense improvement over this beginning of the second half of the PWR season. This will be their second win. It does keep them in contention on the table. The table is so tight that even this win will move them up and doesn't quite get them into contention for the postseason, but definitely makes it interesting. If they were to win, it would be 19 points, which would keep them behind Loughborough. But there's a couple of games to come, of course. We've got 2 games tomorrow to come as well. So there's still all the mathematical possibilities out there.
Absolutely. And I think whether or not you're in contention for that Final Four, you always like an upset. So I think if you're Sale Sharks heading into this game, whether or not that's possible, you want to make it as hard as everyone else, as you can, or for everyone else rather. So they're definitely here to put a stop to Trailfinders' fun.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Clock management, the name of the game for the Sharks now. But not afraid to continue with their aerial plans. That's a great clearance by Duffy. She's been great at that fly half position all day today. Ealing will take over a line out. Minutes to go in this match. Playing from behind, still down.
Oh, I think Annabelle Meta may have just walked back on the pitch.
Back to 15, so strength to strength for the Trailfinders. This is the moment of this match. 2 minutes to go.
She's a really young and exciting player, so I'm sure she'll try and use this last 2 minutes to her advantage and see what she can do.
Off the top and down for the line out. Lots of movement. Terrace Redding thought she had the poach. Doesn't have it. Ball's loose again. Ref with the Sharks putting in the soccer skills, the football skills. Now it's into Trailfinders' hands. And Kate Zachary fell on top of that one. And now they'll have to do it from about 95 meters. Just over a minute to go in this match, but that is a steal. Oh, a steal of all steals. Asia Hogan Rochester. That one hurts.
Yeah, that one hurts. I think, you get the opportunities and you take them, right? I think you could argue there's a not rolling by Rigoni there because it blocks one of the Trailfinders players from clearing out. But you trust the on-field call. Asia was right over that ball, and this is looking a little bit familiar to the beginning of the second half. So, yeah, hopefully Trailfinders can hold out here.
Use the line, please.
Sale will get another line out. They scored a just gorgeous try earlier off of a maul. They were driving it in so fast, even before the jumper's feet were on the ground. So they are a dangerous threat.
It's looking like a lot of Trailfinders' misfortunes are just coming from passes to ground or maybe a little bit off the mark. Again, maybe it's the cold hands or maybe it's just nerves. But it looks like Sale has just been able to absolutely capitalize on it.
New jumper, Casolo grabs that one down. Cocaine's in. They're going sideways. Now straightening it out is Cocaine. And that maul will roll a bit. Still coming together. Now going backwards as Ealing drives them back. Paris Redding will peel it out into Rigoni's hands. Big tackle coming in from Gallagher. Try to stop the bleeding here. Sharks would love to get another one. Extend this lead. That point differential also important in the standings as well, as that clock rolls over to 80 and Sharks on the 5-meter line looking for another one. We will play a little bit longer. The referee just confirming that he's got a little bit of extra time on his watch, so we'll play 1 to 2 minutes into this red. So Sharks, just no hurry here. That game management so important as they look to spoil at home against Ealing. And can they do it with style? Another try potentially on the books here as they work their way towards the line.
Step back. Just under, yeah. Hands up, hands up.
Trailfinders will want to stay super disciplined here.
Oh.
What, Julia? Repeat that.
Commentator's curse, I guess. I shouldn't have said anything.
No, you're right, though. They need to stay disciplined, and they didn't. So now penalty advantage. But it's good defense from holding him out so far. Another penalty advantage. Couple of meters out, the Sharks, and this is just winding the clock down. They've already worn 1 minute off.
Offside 16. That is time now. Post called.
Post called, and that is going to be full time. They will do the kick, of course, but that will be just an icing on top if Sale can get this over. They've won the match.
On the line, please. On the line. It's in line with me, so it's on the 5-meter line.
Duffy will line this one up. She's been great off the tee today. This one just almost a formality.
Ball will still be live.
As Sale 2 points, so just hearing here correction that there is a bit of time.
It is, but ball's live.
Ball's live. If she doesn't make it. Duffy puts it over, and that is full time in this unbelievable match that we've had in front of us today. Sale coming into this match only having 1 win on the season, and they take home a cruel, cruel win over Trailfinders. Wow, Julia, what a match.
What a match is right. I think, they deserve it. I think they absolutely showed their northern grit today. Wasn't taking anything for an answer. Every time Trailfinders striked, they striked right back. I think that's great for Sale, obviously getting their 2nd win of the season and away from home as well. It's tough to do.
Yeah, road win, absolutely wonderful work by Sale, and the player of the match going to none other than Brittany Hogan, 8 today, just fantastic. Got a try and then was just pivotal in some of those turnovers. And Sale coming in, they were the spoil, they were the chaos today, getting a win. Their 2nd of the season, and now Trailfinders will have to figure out a way to try to salvage after a really tough loss.
Yeah, for sure. I think the Trailfinders players will be super bummed with that one. It didn't look like it came out in one of those complacency games, but honestly, all credit to Sale. I thought they deserved the win today, and Britt Hogan was great for them, and she'll be a huge addition to their team.
Yeah, I think when you go look at the activity sheet, when you can go and see, try here, yellow card here, yellow card. Sale had 2 yellow cards in the first half that they had to weather, and then Trailfinders had 2 in the second half that they had to overcome as well, but theirs just were at worse times, is what I would say.
Exactly. Nope, you're so right. You see the Sale Sharks players celebrating there. Well deserved.
Let's take a look at these second half highlights. It's going to be packed, so strap in. It starts here with Trailfinders. It was just a great run by Moore, getting through the line. Just absolute power from her to get there, and then the forwards go to work. Cocaine did try to get the poach, couldn't quite get it, and so now we see to the line, Trailfinders driving. And look at the defense from Sharks was strong here, so it took a couple of tries for the Trailfinders for Ealing. But then here, the build-up to this one, still short again. But there it is, at the line. But now, that's the one. Leatherman takes it to the left side and sneaks that one over the line. So smart to go the different direction. That one started the second half, and then Moore again. You can just see barreling through the line. Takes 4 or 5 defenders to get her down. And then a couple of phases from Trailfinders, really just putting it together. The connection that they have here. The patience. A couple more times they just get short of the line, and just their composure here. Everybody's smart. They try for it, but then it's not there, so they have good body position. And Grace Moore almost getting it there, but then it's Leatherman seeing that she can change the direction, then gets the touchdown. And then this one from Sharks. Same thing, forwards just doing the work. And then look at that powerful shove at the end to get over the line from Hogan, the player of the match. You can see they also just short, but able to shove that one over for Millie Hindman. She gets her name on the score sheet. Apologize, that's Ponsonby for Trailfinders. It was a really important score early in the second half, but then the Sharks just barrel back through Cocaine. Who else would do it? And there's that yellow card for Kate Zachary as well. Probably one of the biggest moments of the match here. And the replacement coming on, Charlotte Frey charging that down and then chasing her own charge down to score. And this was a momentum shift. That was the moment where it became real for the Sharks, that they could win this second match in their PWR season. And there you can see the home side. A tough loss for this side. And we've been talking about it the whole match, that this was a really important game in the grand scheme of the postseason. Again, it doesn't mean that they're out by any means, but this just means this march that they have, and they're facing some of the top teams. They're going to see 2, 3, and 4 in the next couple of weeks. Really, really tough.
Yeah, exactly. You're just right. I think they'll definitely be having some tough conversations this week, and where things could have been better, where we could have been better. Obviously, as we spoke about, the discipline for Trailfinders was maybe the crutch. But again, Sale Sharks absolutely capitalized, and that's how you win games, right? Capitalize on the other team's mistakes. So it will be a tough road from here. It's not impossible, so I'm sure we'll see some more close games like we do week in and week out. But yeah, it's been a tough one.
Yeah, Sale just looking really spectacular in the last couple of minutes of this match. Charge down, really momentum changer. But we've got more matches for you coming up tomorrow. Exeter taking on Loughborough at 1 p.m. on YouTube. And then Saracens taking on the Bristol Bears at 1:30 on BBC Sport. And that will be round 11. 2 more matches to go. And it's just been a spectacular one for us today. And then, of course, looking at next week, February 21st, Leicester taking on Trailfinders 1:15. TNT Sports. Sale taking on Harlequins at 3 p.m. on YouTube. Saracens and Exeter at 7:30. That one a big match, top of the table ish, second and fourth on YouTube. And then Loughborough taking on Bristol on Sunday, February 22nd. Round 12 is really when we're down to 5 weeks of play left, and there's just no room for mistakes for any of these sides.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think all teams heading into that Six Nations and Pac-4 break will look to go in with as many points as possible, because obviously after that there's a couple more rounds and then we get into playoffs. So that'll be a really important to go out on a high.
Yeah, the Pac-4, of course, we had the matches released, the locations released for that, so check out all the websites for that. But we are so happy that you tuned in with us today, and congratulations to Sale, 36-31 over Ealing Trailfinders. Good night.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I'm about to flip the script, flip the switch, magic trick, watch this, watch this. I'm about to make you trip, make you glitch, camera click, watch this, watch this.